This is not intended for one hater, but all haters. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous. Haters make me famous.
Call it my battleground. I'm on that center stage where suckers be talking that, but not to my face. Making major moves while them haters prove nothing harder you shine. You know them haters come by the dozen. All them haters that be talking about us, they be hating on that grind, cause you know we coming up. We be spending all the time on these rhymes and the clubs. You can't steal my shine, cause I'm prime, never mind, cause fame and fortune be the only notion for them haters. Do many years in the game, so you know I paid my dues. No need for the fame, I'm taking names, so I know. And when Moshe blows up, I'm emailing all them.
Haters make me famous.
What the haters know about that Moshe music? Haters.
Haters make me famous.
I do this 25/8 pain and sweat on these tracks. Haters.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Cappers Nation Live, Monday, the 28th of December. We're late, but we're here. Edition. What is going on, everybody? Welcome. Gonna be another fan-flipping-tastic kind of day. Hot diggity dog scene. We got a nice little crowd building on this beautiful and blessed Monday morning. Whoo! How about the Sunday night football beatdown by Aaron Rodgers and the Packers? Boy, was that a good one. Talk about a snowball. Jason Burke said, I had a terrible day yesterday. I lost the Panthers team total. I get it at 20.5. And I took the Colts and they choke. Also took Boston by 2. Blah, 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 blah. That's tough. It's definitely tough. Mike Smith, the Bills seem like such a painfully obvious pick for tonight. That always scares the shit out of me, right? Especially for a primetime game. Congrats, Gains and Games. We had a great day yesterday, all the way around. YouTube exclusive live show for all the YouTube exclusive members. Got Dallas +3, Dallas +160 on the money line. Nice monster day there. Big Sunday NFL guaranteed play was a winner on the over in the Colts. Easy winner there. Premium plays had a winning night. Oh, well, 2-2. Premium plays, I forget the basketball. Ended up losing late. Personal plays had a winning day. We'll take the 3-1. The Nets team total was the only loser on the day for me yesterday, personally, unfortunately. What happened to Carolina? I don't know. You'd have to ask them why they turned the Jets off. No idea. No idea on that one. Hell of a game by the Steelers. Hell of a game for the Steelers yesterday. Todd Smith, what's the pick for today? And good morning. Oh, well, at least you threw the good morning in there. Guess you're going to have to sit through a little barbershop talk to find out. Leeser, great night. Moneyline Seahawks, we had that as a premium play. Absolutely. Great day yesterday. Zach says, morning Cap Nation, morning Kyle. Thanks for the big guaranteed Sunday play. Fire up the air fryers. Absolutely. Get those ninjas rolling. Get those ninjas rolling. So we got Monday Night Football. Excuse me. Monday Night Football. The NBA. A little college hoopy action. With a little early games every day this week. I like it. I like it. Hartford and New Hampshire taking place at 1. Lowell, Mass. Stony Brook at 1 as well. Then the fun starts Maryland and Wisconsin later on this evening. Edward says, Cowboys was a great call on the members show yesterday. I agree. If you guys aren't part of the members show, let me tell you, you are flat out missing out. You are flat out missing out. It is a great time. I think we have a lot of fun in the members-only live shows. I mean, I have fun in these ones, but the members-only live shows are a lot of fun. Edward says, if y'all not a member for 10 to 15 a month, y'all missing out for real. That is a true statement. Johnny No, good morning. Shane said you missed the member show yesterday. Well, the archive is always up there. The archive is always up there. Joe Free says you're missing out. Come on over to members only. Come join the green. Somebody on Bet Online bet a 3-team parlay, 300 to win $51,540. Charlotte Hornets plus 500. Cleveland Cavaliers plus 260. And the Knicks plus 700. 300 won them $51,540. Are we having a members-only live show or today? No, not today. We'll have one later in the week, probably Wednesday. It's looking like Wednesday or Thursday. I'll know officially tomorrow, but more than likely Wednesday. More than likely the good old Wednesday. If you want to join the members only, all you have to do is hit the join button right down below, right next to the subscribe button. Click that join button. If you don't have the join button, you can click the link right here in the YouTube channel that I just posted. There's a link right there for everybody. Anybody like Brooklyn for a bounce back? Wow, Brooklyn definitely let us down yesterday. How about the Clippers? Oh, we had a premium play on the Clippers yesterday. Wow. Clippers getting the snot kicked out of them. That's got to be an NBA best. That's got to be an NBA best, getting their ass kicked. For everybody on the college football bowl package, J-Rock. For everybody on the college football bowl package, 2 bowl plays for tomorrow were posted this morning. They were supposed to be posted last night. Then there was a rumor about a certain player testing positive for COVID. So they decided to wait until this morning so that way they could double check and make sure that rumor was incorrect. So they're up on the website now. They're ready to rock, ready to roll. That's for tomorrow. So if you're on the bowl package, log in. Log in. You have access to it now. Leisure Premium Plays ended up having a 2-2 day. They lost the 76ers late in the day. Completely forgot about that one. Ended up 2-2 on the day. Premium Plays for today are not posted. Not yet anyways. Accounting's not even in the office. So if your account is due for an extension, it'll get extended as soon as they get in the office. You're not going to miss nothing. We don't have any early premium plays today. Or my personal plays. I don't have any early plays today. Knicks creamed the Bucks, right? Cavs creamed the 76ers. The Hornets beat the Nets. Alex lost power in California. That's California right there for you. That's California right there for you, Alex. Joe Free says rough night for the NBA. I'd have to say it's rough night for the NBA favorites because the dogs were barking yesterday in the NBA. Holy hell. Holy hell. Scott says, headed to Scottsdale today. I need traffic and weather report. The weather report, the traffic is normal Arizona traffic. By the time you get there, there probably will be no traffic other than the normal Scottsdale traffic. As far as weather goes, it looks like it was going to rain outside last night and today, but I didn't see any where I was. And we're not too far from Scottsdale. I think it's supposed to be in the 60s today. 60s and partly cloudy with some wind. With some wind. A little bit of wind. Well, they're not in the office, so they haven't done any extensions. No extensions have been done yet because they're not in the office. So they will. They'll go over it when they get in the office. Yeah, Shane, he signed the bill, but he invoked it or enacted a special act from 1974 that allows him to cancel out shit and forcing the House to vote on $2,000 direct payments and $600 for each child. So people on unemployment will get their unemployment extended and that nature. But it's still up for a vote. Huh. All right. Just looking at something real quick. So we're going to jump into the games. We're going to take a look at Monday Night Football. Not going to be live for too long today. But Dr. Franco says 49 cents a day members only, right? Exactly. Exactly. Swampy McGee, is Vegas posting an over-under number on a final stimulus payment amount? I doubt it. Why is Drake playing the same team twice in a row? They play due to COVID schedules and traveling. They're making things easier. It's part of the old COVID scheduling. That's why. That is why. Blake Snell to the Padres. Thinking that they're going to be able to compete with the Dodgers now. Not. David, and is Drake really a lock, Kyle? I don't know. Is there really such thing as a lock? Edward says, I get 2K. I'm getting a Hobie. Been wanting to try the kayaking route. Be a good way to spend your money. Plus get an air fryer. You got to get the air fryer. If you don't get an air fryer with your stimulus, then you're missing out. Right? Got to get an air fryer with that stimulus. J-Rock, probably a good idea. Always a good investment. Alrighty. Gonna jump into Monday Night Football. Air Fryer Nation. Edward says the all-digital model. Love it. Love it. Bills, Patriots today. That's going to be a good one. Everybody just jumping. Calling it the lock of the week. Patriots have played spoiler before. Patriots have played spoiler before. Patriots with nothing to gain other than keep the Bills out of the top spot. Bills already in, but trying to play for that top spot. We'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a good game, though. Josh Allen and his 30 TDs to 9 interceptions going up against Cam with his 5 touchdown passes to 10 interceptions. Just taking an early look. Just taking an early look at the money. Everybody's on the Bills. Everybody's on the Bills and the under. Bills and the under, everybody's on. 80% on the Bills against the spread, laying a touchdown. 89% have Bills money line. 73% have the under. Books are going to be rooting for the Patriots and the over. And I'm going to assume the only way the Patriots win is the game goes over. So if the books clean up tonight, the Patriots are winning or covering and the game's going over. Now, is that what's going to happen? We're going to find out. We are going to break it down, see what we find. Jared Goff broke his thumb. Will probably miss next week in a very important Week 17 matchup. Still loving that Packers beat down to the Titans yesterday, 40-14. At what point do they just need to start, maybe passing the ball downfield because running wasn't getting the job done? That's for sure. Alrighty. Ready to rock and roll. Today's going to be a fun day with premium plays and my personal plays. It's going to be a good day. Definitely a good day to be on board. So if you're not on board, you may want to look at getting on board. Get this Week 16 action up. There we go. 481, 482. I'm a little slow this morning, a little tired. I don't know why I went to bed early last night. Last night might have been the first time in months where I actually got to bed at a normal, reasonable time, other than staying up late, working, or doing something for the holidays. And then my ass oversleeps. And then my ass is tired the next day, and I still don't want to wake up. And I've been up for hours upon hours. And I don't know, I've had 3 cups of coffee, and I still want to go back to sleep. I hope that's not the corona fatigue. Fatigue. Going delirious this morning. All right, so while I break down this game, would love to hear in the chat, tired of dragging those money bags to the bank. Well, after the Game of the Year disaster, I can officially report after Guaranteed Saturday, I got it all back. After the Sunday NFL play, I am back ahead. So that is nice. Yes, dragging money around. That is for sure. Would love to hear what you guys like on this game. Bills laying 7, over and under set at 47 points. Post up in the comment section what you got or what you're leaning towards as of right now. Would love to hear it. So while I start breaking down this game, post in the comment section what you're looking at. Now, Bills 11-3 straight up, just 11-3, 9-5 against the spread, 9-4-1 to the over. Then you got the Patriots 6-8 straight up, 6-8 against the spread, 4-10 to the over, and out of the playoffs for the first time since 2007. New England 9-1 against the spread at home as an underdog. Buffalo 3-12 against the spread the last 15 games after a blowout straight up win of 20 points or more. And the Patriots 5-1 to the under at home when starting quarterback Cam Newton. When you take a look at the offense, we're going to start with Cam Newton and the Patriots. They average under 21 points a game, 20.6. They average 145 yards a game on the ground, 4.5 yards per carry. 185 in the air, 6.7 yards per passing attempt. 16 yards per point. The Bills averaging 29.1 points per game on offense. Average 108 yards a game on the ground, 4.3 yards per carry. 278 in the air, and 7.5 yards per passing attempt. All while 13.3 yards per point. Dr. Franco says, so you have another show talking about air fryers now. Wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me of all the copycats out there. A lot of copycats out there. But hey, copycat is, a nice form of, flattering us. So should I fast forward to live? You are live. We are live. Dr. Franco, I would just consider it a nice gesture that other live shows are talking about air fryers now. We all know where the air fryer talk came from, all right? We all know where that came from. That's for sure. Make Josh Allen rumble, stumble, fumble. I like it. I like it. Edward says, highly doubt the Bills lose a plus 96 that I believe it's FanDuel was offering. Hell of a bonus right there. Exactly, Justice. If they don't have the air fryer ninja emoji, we know it's fake anyways. All right. Back to the game at hand. Back to the game at hand. I know we like to get off topic and whatnot. But back to the game at hand, because we've got money to be made. Dr. Franco says New England will cover. They might even win straight up. Bold prediction. Taking a look at the defense. We'll start with the Patriots defense. Giving up just 21.5 points a game. Good number there. However, they give up 4.6 yards per carry. 133 a game on the ground. 212 in the air. 7.1 yards per passing attempt. And they're +1 in the turnover department. The Bills on defense. Giving up 24.3 points per game. They give up 4.6 yards a carry on 121 yards a game on the ground. Again, run defenses is a problem for both teams. Michael Bushi, appreciate you putting content out, but this is getting tough. Rooting for you, but not sure I'd watch this regularly. I get you got to play the YouTube game, but there is pretty tough, man. What YouTube game are we playing? What's pretty rough there, oh, Michael? And I'm glad you're rooting for us. Round of applause for Michael for rooting for us. And I'm glad you appreciate the content putting out. And if you don't watch it on a regular basis, doesn't bother me one bit. All right, so back to the Bills and their run defense. They struggle at times, giving up 4.6 yards a carry. That passing defense, they give up 235 yards a game, 6.7 yards per passing attempt, +2 on the turnover department, +2. Like we said, Patriots, 5-1 to the under when starting quarterback Cam Newton at home. Keep in mind, they've already played once this year. With a Bills 24-21 victory. The Bills were at home winning 24-21. The dog covered the 4 in that one. Here they are getting 7 at home. They might have been a little more hungry back in November when there were still talks of playoff hope being alive. Justice. The only thing that gets to Kyle is cold coffee. And boy, does he hate cold coffee. I better drink up. It's getting cold. We don't want me to get hangry. Right? I'm curious to know what Michael thinks what YouTube game we're playing. I'm not playing any games. That's for sure. As far as this game goes, first of all, Buffalo 7-3-1 against the spread. Their last 11 games in New England. Todd, good morning. Nevereds, good morning. Michael wants somebody to talk him off Monmouth today. As far as this game goes, in Monday night primetime, first of all, 7 points on the road. The second game of the season against a team that you've already beaten. You only beat them by 3 on your own home field. That's a big number to lay. It really is. That's a big number to lay. But at the same time, I have an issue taking 7 with the Patriots. they'd have to be a very nice double-digit dog for me to want to take the Patriots today. They just show no drive, losing to Miami 22-12. Losing to the Rams 24-3. But then at the same time, they have those big offensive games where they just let us know that they're capable of putting points up on the board and beat the Chargers 45-0 3 weeks ago. Just the YouTube game of a live chat and waiting for viewers. I'm not waiting for viewers. I don't wait for viewers. I'm not sure what you're meaning by wait for viewers. Is that because I have a 5-minute countdown for when we're going to get ready to start? That's not waiting for viewers. I don't need viewers to start, so I'm not, unless you're meaning something else here, Michael, I don't know what you're getting at with waiting for viewers. Because if you're meaning the countdown clock, feel free to leave and come back 5 minutes later. William Doe, I appreciate that. Longshot 88 says that's how I feel about laying 40 on the Zags. Roger T, I'm not waiting for viewers. I'm not waiting for viewers, right? No, I don't think he's being a jerk. I'm actually kind of confused on what he's getting at, waiting for viewers. I'd like to know. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. You know, I can take constructive criticism, that's for sure. I mean, a lot of the changes that we've made for the live show over the years has been, you know, based on constructive criticism. But yeah, I'm kind of confused on what he's even getting at. But Dr. Franco says, I'll take New England and the over. Anthony says, we all can do better. Hit the thumbs up. 140 watching and only 41 thumbs up. Appreciate it, Anthony. Chris, that's what I was leaning towards. Roy says a few more comments. Chris says stop playing the YouTube game and stop waiting for viewers and stop talking about air fryers and give us free picks already. God, so selfish, Kyle. I was leaning towards that angle of that original comment, but I wasn't too sure. I've seen the name before. He's been around. He's not new by any means. By any means, not new. But yeah, Chris, I was leaning towards exactly the angle that you were going. I just wasn't sure about it. People think that I'm shooting the shit in the barbershop waiting for viewers. That's definitely not the case. Because I'll shoot the shit after I give out a free play. Or hell, maybe there's no free play. But I bet the viewers stick around. Because we're going to break down the games, give out some leans and all of that good stuff. Everybody, Chris is joking, by the way. Chris was being sarcastic. Dr. Franco, it's probably not hard to find, to guess which one it would be. That's for sure. And that's fine. They can talk about it. I don't care what they can talk about whatever the fuck they want. They can talk about whatever they want. Again, Michael, you say, I say that because I doubt I'm the only one who thought that. Maybe I'm wrong. Leave what doesn't serve you. Again, what is it about the show that you don't like? What is it that you think that I'm playing the YouTube game? Is it because there's a countdown clock in the beginning? Or is it because I actually shoot the shit and converse with the viewers in the live show and actually have conversations with them? Because I don't know another show that actually will have a conversation with you in the live chat or even read your comment, let alone ask you what you're meaning, and to be a little more descriptive and leave the mumbo jumbo out of it. I don't know another live show. But if that's considered waiting for viewers, weird. Weird. But again, our show's not for everybody. You know, we don't just go down the list. If you're just wanting me to go down the list and read off all the free plays for you today and, you know, break down the entire college basketball card and hit all sides and every angles of it, well, if that's the case, then you should definitely take Binghamton plus the 12.5, Hartford plus 3.5, cycle back and make sure you take Maryland and Baltimore and lay the 12.5, the over as well as the under. And I'll have somebody come on later in the afternoon and make sure that they give you New Hampshire laying the 3.5 as well. Maybe it's not your style. Well, Michael, you know what the cool thing about America is, or whatever country you're in, unless it's China or North Korea? You know what the cool thing about YouTube is, Michael? Is one, nobody's forcing you to be here. Two, nobody's making you watch this show unless you got a really cool boss and he's making you watch it for good purposes. And three, the cool thing about YouTube, Michael, is if you don't like the show, you can go start your own and you can run it how you want to run it. Actually, 138 people here, and it's not just about you. It's actually about every single buddy in here that posts in the comment section. I converse with everybody that's in here. At least I try to. At least I try to. My show does fantastic. My show does fantastic. It exceeds expectations. Could it be bigger? Could be. But then I probably would have so many comments flowing through that I wouldn't be able to comment back and forth and read J-Rock's comments. Says there's a lot of shows on YouTube. If you don't like this one, shut up and go watch something else. Or Edwards. Yeah, Michael, try another show, bud. And when you want winners, come back. So I enjoy being able to converse with people. I enjoy the show right where it's at. Will it get bigger? I'm sure it eventually will. But hey, I like where we're at. And we like to converse. Again, Mario, what's going on, my brother? Gains and Gains says air fryer sponsor. Yeah, we need it. The air fryer sponsor needed. Chris says free pick. Here you go. Take the Bills, lay the 7 and the Pats plus a 7. Parlay it. Roy says, I think the Bills will ball. I almost said the balls will bill. Almost read that one backwards. Roger T, I like it. Arturo P says, this is the only show I make time for when I'm not occupied. Best damn show, hands down. Thank you, Arturo. I appreciate that, brother. Swampy McGee says, New England Patriots going to come up with 20 points against the Bills D ? Shane says, Drake team total over. They have gone over this number every game. Easy money. Crystal Palace on the board. 1-0 against Leicester City. Shane Johnson, I've learned more from your show over the past 2 to 3 months than anywhere I have learned. There are many more avenues in the game to approach than just the 3 we always see. Thanks, Kyle. You're very welcome. I appreciate that. Corey says, my stream only gets 10 viewers, so you're doing all right. Thanks, Corey. I appreciate that. GH says, I agree, Arturo. I check out a few others, but when I get the chance, I usually stick around for this one. More value here, I think. Thank you. I appreciate that, GH. Ryan says, I'm done with soccer. Soccer's been a very all over the place. Soccer has been all over the place. Kind of like we're seeing with the NBA as of late. As far as not being consistent. Thomas G says Leicester is way better. I need to stay away from soccer. Soccer's been very inconsistent the last, I'd say, 5 years. Or 5 years, 5 weeks. 5 weeks. Soccer's been very inconsistent. Big favorites, losing outright, getting blown out of the water, not even resting. Edward says Cam's problem is no accuracy. I agree on that one. Dr. Franco says, can I hear the flush button? Please, 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 please. Edward says, no, doctor. LOL, we not the communists. We can, you can express yourself. Just don't be in excessive pain or attack anybody or promote other services. Right? But we do. We do have the flush button on standby. But we only like to break it out. Alonzo, what's going on, my brother, says, I am from Mexico and soccer is our thing. And that is the issue with soccer, is really to get out of track. With the exception of the UEFA inconsistency is a tool for soccer. Michael says EPL, aka English Premier League, is the closest thing to any given Sunday with player caliber. I agree with that one, Michael. I agree with that one. And Belarus soccer would have to be like a third best when it's rigged, of course. When it's rigged, of course. Shapendi, thanks for jumping on board. I see you just got on board for 3 days in my personal place. Glad to have you back on board. I'll be sending them to you once we're off the live show and the games are ready to go. Loyalty Broker says, laying 7 is a lot of points to a team that both hates each other. Patriots coach still is a defensive guru when it comes to playing the Bills. Lonzo meant, okay, I got you, brother. I knew which way you were going, Alonzo. Loyalty Broker, 7 is a touchdown. First of all, laying a touchdown is a lot in the NFL. Granted, are the Bills on a different caliber level as the Patriots? From the eyes of the beholder, yes, they are. From the numbers on paper, with the exception of the standings, no, they're not. Take a look at their their running game. Let's take a look at the offense. Bills average 4.3 yards per carry. Patriots 4.5. the passing game. Buffalo, clear advantage in the passing game, obviously, averaging 7.5 yards a carry compared to the 6.7 of the Bills. Of the Patriots. When you take a look at the point distribution, Bills averaging 29 points a game to the Patriots 20.6. A little different when it comes to that. As far as the offense goes, the only difference in the offense is the air attack. Is the air game by Buffalo. But when you start really honing in on the differences and discrepancies on the defensive side of things, teams are very similar. Teams are very similar, especially when it comes to the numbers. Bills give up almost a field goal more a game. They give up 24.3 points a game compared to the 21.5 of the Patriots. The run defense gives up the same amount, 4.6 yards per carry. The secondaries, Patriots give up 7.1 yards per passing attempt, 6.7 for the Bills. The turnovers, +1 and +2. The point differential, Patriots average a -0.9. The Bills average a +4.8. Doesn't equal 7. Not one of those stats from the naked eye equate to, on paper, a 7-point victory by the Bills. Now, are they capable of it? Absolutely. I mean, when's the last time they won by 7 or less? Well, they lost to the Cardinals by 2. With the exception of that, the last time they did not win a game, and it be by 7 or more, was against the Patriots back on November 1st. They had an 8-point victory over the Jets the week before that. Take out their 2 losses to Kansas City and Tennessee. They beat Vegas by 7. The Rams only by 3. Miami by 3. So there was a very beginning stretch where they did not win by 7 or more. Every other win since their loss to the Patriots, and I say win, has been by 7 or more points. Second half of the season, the Bills, their numbers, their scoring has picked up. Their offense has picked up. Their defense has also stepped up. However, numbers on paper don't support it. Numbers on paper don't support it. When you take a look at the percentages, I want to hit the refresh button to see if those lopsided percentages have changed at all. And they actually have. Money's coming in on the Patriots. It's coming down. Remember when we started the show, we were reading the overnight lines and the overnight percentages. Just a little bit ago, it was at 80% on the Bills. It's down to 65% once the numbers refreshed from overnight until now. However, the money line has jumped from 87% to 90%. The numbers for the total it was a 80% on the under. There's been some money coming in on the over. 62% still on the under, 38% on the over. So we've seen a near 20% swing, 15 to 20% swing against the spread and the over, going the opposite direction of where the early money was. That's for sure. There's definitely some different avenues to approach this game. In my opinion, than just taking laying the 7. Could it be a teaser? Be the best opportunity? Taking one of those 7.5 point bet online teasers. You take a teaser at 7.5 points. Let's just say you tease the over as well as the Bills. You're now getting the Bills at a 0.5 point and the over 39.5. Still, the question remains, can we see 39.5 points? Can we see 39.5 points? Or are you better teasing the under? Teasing it up. You do a 7.5 point tease to the under, you'd be under 54.5. The last time the Patriots played in a game that had a total hit 54.5 or over 54.5 was in their game against the Jets, where we saw 57, and they should have lost that game. Other than that, they had a game against the Raiders and Seattle earlier in the season where there was over 54.5. So out of 14 games, 3 have went that high. Now for the Bills, that's a whole different ball game. All right, between the Bills and their defense being suspect at best, big difference. When have we seen over 54.5 for the Bills? Like every week, it seems. All right. Last week against Denver, it was a 48-19 game. That went way over. We saw 58 against the 49ers. We saw 62 against Arizona. We saw 78 against Seattle. Now, the beginning of the season, there was a few games that stayed under 54.5. Did I miss something in the comments? Dr. Franco asking for the toilet flush. We reserved the toilet flush specifically for that one specific time where we got to flush the toilet. But I'm assuming I must have missed a comment somewhere. Thomas G says, Michael, he just doesn't throw out picks for everything. He gives us breakdowns and info we can use. Then gives us quality picks he actually bets and will happily show his tickets, win or lose. That is a fact. Dr. Franco says, it's just so funny to me that they listen to the show, then they have to put it on their show because they can't come up with anything. I agree. But hey, it's flattering. It's flattering, my brother. Shane says, Bills win by 10 in my opinion. Pats play well in prime time. Can I hear the flush, please? How many times do I have to ask? Well, we reserve that flush for very special individuals. He wants to send me a ham. You can use a ham, but I'm going to be honest with you. I have so much meat, I don't need a ham at the current moment. My in-laws bought me a half a cow. What I'm going to do with all this meat? We just sliced up some prime rib yesterday. that came with it. That was the first batch that I got. I need to go pick up the rest of it. This giant, wow, sliced it into, it's huge. I don't even know how much it is. But yeah, I got a half a cow for Christmas. Interesting. Kind of cool. Joe Free says we got a good family here. We don't have a good family here. Round of applause. We've got an amazing family here. We only hit that toilet. I'll hit the loser button at Dr. Franco. I'll give you the loser button, not for you, but that's Loser. We got the loser button, but the toilet flush is reserved for those rare occasions where we got to flush some stink down the shitter. George, it's not polite to talk about your meat in public. Good thing this is not public, right? Oh man, we got a lot. Prime rib, we got ribs, we got all kinds of crap coming. It's my freezer's gonna be full for a year. You know what's crazy is I'm a chicken eater. Alonzo says, prime rib is great for smoking with a nice rub of butter, pepper, salt, and garlic powder. Good to know. We're going to actually smoke one up later this week. We're smoking one up later this week. Brandon says, I'm starting to like the show even more with the Ace Ventura soundbite. We've got a few. I need to add a little more. Michael, did you just get the power button? Nope, you haven't gotten any button to you. The loser button? Nope, that was at a request for Dr. Franco for asking for the toilet flush. But, the toilet flush is reserved for when we bounce somebody. Dr. Franco residing in the current murder capital of the United States, which back in the day used to be Newport News, Virginia, but now I believe it's Chicago. Chicago. All right, so back to the game. My personal opinion, sometimes it's best to leave something alone. Even in this one, my honest, straight-to-God opinion, I like the Bills. But I don't like the lay in the 7. I don't. I'm going to be real honest with you. I don't like laying the 7. Second game of the season. They only beat them by 3 the first time at home. Now they're on the road. And they're laying 7. I personally think there's got to be other avenues to be able to bet this game than laying 7 as your only option, or the over 47. To be honest, at times I think the 47 is too much, and then at the exact same time I can play another scenario and play out the game another way and see that 47 is not enough. And even if you take it on a teaser, and we already went over this, but if you tease the over and you tease it down to 47 or 39.5, I can see the game staying under. I can see this being a 28-3, 21-17. Now, the books wouldn't like 21-17. They like the spread part. But they probably would not like the under, with all the money coming in on the under. So teasing the over down to 39.5, I think is a viable option. But at the same time, if you take either one of them, the Bills or the Patriots, I think the Patriots plus 14.5 is a lot of points. But they've shown us that they can get their ass kicked, that they can get blown out. Just like the Bills showed us that they can't beat the Patriots by a touchdown on their own home field with nice weather. But if you take one of those, either the Patriots or the Bills, throw them in a teaser, take the 7.5 points, and then you take, let's just say you tease the under up by 7.5. You're only getting under 54.5. Now, in reality, this game should go under 54.5. In reality. But we're not in reality with the Bills. The problem with this game is the defenses can and will give up a lot of points, in my opinion. You got the Bills and their huge playmaking capability down the field. Now, granted, the last 2 times these two teams have played, the games have gone over the total. They had 45 in the last meeting with a total of 41. They had a total of 38 back in December of last year, and that game hit 41. Now they throw you a 47-point total. And it's definitely a tricky number. So as far as the side goes, or the total, I can plead a case for either one. And normally, when you get into a situation where a number can be confusing for against a spread or a total, generally there's a clear defining teaser that will stand out. Like, okay, I really like the Bills. I think they win by a touchdown, but I'm not too sure, so I'm going to take them in a teaser. I like either one being teased. I don't think the Bills come in and smoke the Patriots by 15 or more. But at the same time, I don't think the Bills lose to the Patriots today. So getting plus, a half a point is a quality bet as well. But it's the number for the total that gets me and puts me in like a little funk where I'm not exactly sure where I really want to be. Now, give me 1 second, folks. I want to read something real quick. A little report that literally was just released that we have access to. All right, nothing new on it. Nothing new on it. Little injury report update in the COVID list that we're on an email list for, and I get the emails for it. Mike Smith says, many people thought Green Bay and the Titans game was going to be a great game as well. Just goes to show better teams can and will blow out the others at will. I agree. Nathan says, teaser is the best option, Kyle. Yes. Bills minus a half. The problem is finding the other part to tease them. Do you tease the over? Do you tease the under? Or do you pick a bowl game later in the week to tease it with? Marlo, who has a promo code for a book, just go to our website, cappersdirect.com, scroll down, look at the front page of it. All you need to know is right there. Click on the link, use that promo code. YouTube doesn't allow us to discuss it here, though. Raw Delgado says, tease the under. I can plead a case for either one, but man, I could also plead the case why we're going to see a lot of points in this game. Pat's got no offense, but yet they just put up 45 3 weeks ago against the Chargers. And it's not the Pats that need offense. The Pats only need a couple scores for the game to go over. Even at 54. Look what the Bills did to Denver. 48-19. They gave up 19 points. That game went way over. They gave up 15 to Pitt. They gave up 24 to the 49ers. You're going to have to hope that the Patriots have a way to keep the Bills from putting up 35 to 42. Taking a look at the weather for today. I know they have some weather coming in today. Rookie quarterback Herbert. Well, that I wasn't talking about. Herbert has no bearing on how many points the Patriots going to score. Granted, throwing interceptions or fumbling the ball, turnovers other than that. But the Patriots still got to convert turnovers into points. Swamp McGee says, thanks for banning me. Someone will always be better than you. Hey, one thing that we don't talk about here is religion. Religion, politics, and how much money's in your bank account or not. We don't give a shit how much money you have or you don't have, who you vote for, who you didn't vote for, or who you pray to or who you don't pray to. So, you want to do that? Feel free to go to somebody else's channel. Be thankful that Edward actually just gave you a nice little 5-minute timeout to evaluate what you were posting in our live chat. Brandon says, Thomas has a good point. The cover might come down to something as simple as a Pats defensive touchdown. Hey, and it doesn't matter if somebody's offended or not. You know, we don't play that way. Marion, good morning and thank you. Corey, I'm doing fantastic, brother. How are you? All right, so back to the weather. Back to the weather for today's game. Pulling up the hourly report there in Foxborough. 2 p.m. showers, 3 p.m. showers. By game time, it will blow out. Wind will be gone. Well, the heavy wind will be gone. Wind will be dwindling. 8 and lower through game time. Clear, I don't see any snow, nothing like that. Typical cold Foxborough night. Oliver says 7.5 point teaser, Bills in the over. That's what I lean towards. That's what I lean towards, Oliver. Bills and teasing the over, teasing it down a little. There you go, Dr. Franco. Robert says, don't know why guys complain but keep coming back to see what you're saying, right? It's because they love the free plays. They love the free plays. There's some weirdos today, folks. Mike says, thanks for the Barrett's team total over yesterday. I appreciate your hard work. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Edward, for flushing the shit down the toilet. Ron Delgado says one word Belichick. So on this one, as far as this one goes, I do lean on a teaser. Bills in the over. But I'm not sold on the over part just yet. Not sold on the over part just yet. Karen C. Kyle like Howard Stern, you can't wait till what he says next. Right? We'll try and keep you guys entertained while we're having fun making money. So, early lean on this one, and my plays are not out yet, but I do lean towards a teaser on the Bills plus a half and the over 39.5. But I could, at the same time, I could say why we should tease the Patriots plus 14.5. Taking a look at some props. Now, I did put out a free play in the daily free play video on this one. All right, I did put out a free play on the Bills first half team total over 13.5. That I think they get done. I think the Bills score at least 2 touchdowns in the first half. They break out 14 points early, and they get us a win there. So as far as this, this game, I don't have anything on the side of this game for you guys. There's times where I'll take a pass on a game just because I don't like it. Doesn't mean I have to bet it. Remember that, folks. Just because we don't like a game doesn't mean we don't have to bet it. It means we can take a pass. Mike, exactly. That's why I was saying earlier, what else do you tease it with? Find a basketball game to tease it with, or put it in a teaser with a basketball or with a football game tomorrow. 2 great college football games tomorrow. Maybe tease Texas down to 2.5. Edward says, Kyle used to say it a lot, and I'm trying to get back to it. If you need to buy points or tease, the value and better play is probably the other side. That's 100% fact. If I'm worrying about teasing the Bills because I don't think that they can cover the 7, Patriots was to play. But I'm going to be honest with you. I can't back the Patriots. I cannot back the Patriots. So for me, it's either Bills or pass. It's either Bills or pass as far as the side goes. And then if I decide to not pass, I got to decide, is it a teaser only option? But for all intents and purposes, the Bills should win. The Bills should win. Now, teasers are a great option. Teasers have a place in sports betting. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But yeah, Mike, forcing get caught in a mousetrap by forcing a bet happens way more times than not. Teasers are traps. Well, you can find good value and tease a line up or down for good measure. No, Alex, we're still on the Monday Night Football game, bullshitting on the Monday Night Football game. But as far as this game, as of right now, the only thing that I've bet is the Bills' first half team total over 13.5. I can't bet the Patriots either. I can't. I don't care if they're the right play or not. I'd rather pass. I don't have any faith in them. I don't have any faith in them. Edward, you're 100% correct. Says everything has a place, but if you're teasing because you're doubting your team, just saying. Agree. If you're teasing just because you think that they can't cover the number, well, then you're on the wrong side, in your own opinion. Predator Poachers, Massachusetts says, I think Bills in the over in the Lakers game, or Bills over and the Lakers. Brandon says, NBA teasers so far have been money. Baptism is the ism, likes a 2-team parlay. Chris says, I do a $25 super teaser every week, and this week I had the Vikings plus 17.5 as one of my picks, and while that ticket is a burner. Mike, I agree. Anthony Vargas says, going Nets, Hawks, Lakers, Bills, 4-team parlay. Clay LMAO says, Buffalo seems like an obvious 6.5-point cover to me. Allen been playing unreal. He has been playing lights out. And he's been playing not just lights out, he's actually been playing NFL sharp football for a quarterback. He has been laser focused, making top quality plays in the heat of the moment and the right decisions at the right times. Jace, good morning. Shane says, I play parlays more for fun, but I support the family with my moneyline parlays. Baptism to the ism says, show respect, hit the like button. We definitely appreciate it when you do. Taking a look at props right now. See, and the one thing that you guys are going to get from me is I'm not going to force a bet just to give you guys a bet. I'm going to give you guys what I've bet. Dr. Franco, can I send you some prime rib, right? We've got it. But I'm going to give you guys what I have and that I'm actually betting. That's the difference between me and other services. Other shows will have probably already told you to take the Bills or take the Patriots. Hell, you probably got this, conflicting opinions from one show that goes at, same time as us. I'd 100% be willing to bet there's another live show out there that during the same show somebody said, I'm on the Patriots, and then somebody else said, I'm on the Bills, or I'm on the over, or I'm on the under, whatever the case may be. Not here. I'd rather say, hey, I'm not betting it, or at least not betting it as of right now, but what I am betting is this. And what I am betting is the one that I put out last night, Bills team total over 13.5 is what I'm betting. And I've got a little modest $750 bet on it. It's not a big play as of yet, just a normal play, but it's worth $750 to me. And I normally bet $3K a game on our premium plays. Take a look at the touchdown props. Cam Newton, 2 or more at plus 208. Cam Newton to have 2 touchdown passes. This guy's got 5 all year long. Gains and Games says, Kyle, does somebody like me who's younger, less experienced gambler telling me not to take something that's valuable? I love learning from others' mistakes. I appreciate that. And, there's nothing wrong with taking a healthy pass. We take, having a day off or not playing a game. That's a healthy pass. You don't have to. There's Monday Night Football tonight. There's going to be a lot of action on this game. But there's no shame in the game by not having $1 on it or finding another avenue to pick from. There's no shame in the game. That's for sure. By all means, there's no shame by saying, hey, I don't have $1 on the Patriots game. Sunday Night Football, for example, last night. We didn't have a play on it. I gave out, during the live show, I leaned towards Green Bay, specifically on the money line, because I thought it would be a little tighter of a game, but we didn't have $1 on it. Now, I made a couple little prop bets for fun, and I lost it. Tunyon didn't get 4 receptions, and he sure as hell didn't get a touchdown pass. He had one opportunity in the end zone. But there's no reason to have a bet on every primetime game. You don't have to. There's something you don't like or you're not sure at, save your money. I promise you, there'll be another game tomorrow. That's a fact. Hell, we got 2 college football games tomorrow, and I like them a lot. Take a look at the touchdown props. Cam Newton, over 2 is plus 108. Or excuse me, plus 208. Cam Newton's got 2 touchdown passes all year long. He's only thrown 1 in the last 4 games. However, he's got 3 out of his 5 touchdowns in the last 6 games. He does not have a 2 touchdown passing game. I don't expect him to have another one today, all of a sudden. So that one, not even looking at. Old Allen having 2 touchdowns. They're finally taxing us for Josh Allen and 2 touchdown passes. He's had 2 touchdown passes in 5 of his last 6 games. The only one that he did not have 2 touchdown passes in was against the Chargers and their 27-17 victory. He only had 1 touchdown pass, but he also had a rushing touchdown in that one. Now, if there was a prop for Josh Allen to have the rushing touchdown, I would bet it. Or an anytime touchdown, I would bet it. BetOnline doesn't have that option. As far as his 2 touchdown prop day goes, I like it. I do like it. But you take a look at the Patriots, you take a look at their last game against the Dolphins. Granted, a whole different caliber of a team. Tua was held without a touchdown. Touchdown pass, that is. You take a look at their game against the Rams. Jared Goff only had 1. Obviously, there was none scored in the Charger game by the opposing team. Against the Cardinals, Kyler Murray was held out of the end zone. Well, passing the ball. That's 4 straight games without a passing touchdown against the Texans and their 27-20 loss. Deshaun Watson had 2. It's been 5 games. 5 games since they gave up a passing touchdown. What does that tell you? Now, Josh Allen's had 5 out of his last 6 games. He's had at least 2 passing touchdowns. I like the prop Josh Allen over 2 or at least 2 touchdowns minus 200, but I can't bet it today. I can't bet it. Patriots have given up just 1 passing touchdown. Actually, 2 passing touchdowns in their last 5 games, and it came 5 games ago. Touchdowns, anytime touchdowns. I'd have to say it's definitely, in my opinion, hard to bet on any running back for the Bills to have a touchdown because Allen has 8 on the year, whereas the other 2 backs, Singletary and Moss, have a combined 5. No passing touchdowns. Davis or Diggs lead the charge there. I'd have to say Davis at plus 200 for Gabriel Davis. Taking a look at what he's done recently. Now, he had a little 3-game stretch where he was in the end zone. Game against Denver, he was not. He scored against the Chargers, the 49ers, and the Steelers. I think there's some value at the Davis at an anytime touchdown at plus 200. Diggs or Beasley. Beasley has a late. He's only got 1 out of his last 3 games, and it was 3 games ago. The Diggs prop, at plus 100 for Stephon Diggs. He's only got one touchdown in the last 4 games. 2 out of the last 8. I'll pass on that one. As far as props go, I do like the Gabriel Davis anytime touchdown plus 200. Going to put that up on the board. Going to put that up on the board as well. Need to delete some of these and change that date. Move the date. Today's the 28th, right? Yes, 28th. So, what was the line? Was plus 200 for Davis. Ooh. And we have the Bills first half. Get those up on the board for you guys. And we got a frozen screen. So let me fix that frozen screen for everybody. Get that screen unfrozen. Now on the other side, take a look at the Patriots. The anytime touchdown prop. First of all, if you have a Cam Newton touchdown prop, I'd probably bet it. Not the passing touchdown, obviously, but an anytime touchdown. BetOnline does not offer it. But if there was an option for Cam to score on your book, I do like it. Taking a look at receptions. Take a look at the Bills side first. Obviously, Diggs, Beasley, Singletary will be on the radar. Singletary usually averages 3 receptions. His is set at 3, plus 120. 2 is minus 256. He had 1 against Pittsburgh, 3 against Denver, 3 against San Francisco, 3 against the Chargers. He only had 1 against the Patriots last time they played. I'm going to pass on that one. I don't always play props. I'm very selective on what I do. I try and keep them to a minimum. The Stephon Diggs is set at 8, plus 100. He's had 8 or more receptions in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of his last 6 games. 9, 10, 7, 10, 10, and 11. The game against the Patriots, he had 6 for 92 yards. 41-yarder was the long. Now he was on the injury report. Was still being monitored a week ago. He was a full participant in practice 3 days ago. Says he's looking good for Monday Night Football. Now, I can't imagine him not playing, but the problem is if they start blowing him out, you got to worry about players sitting. So it's another reason why I always bet prop small. There's no way to hedge a losing prop. But I do like the Diggs at least 8 receptions at plus 100. I think there's a little value in there at plus 100. So we'll put that one up on the board. Don't worry, I'll flash the board. Bills have everything to play for today. Bills are fighting for the number 2 seed, 100% correct. Leave that board up there for you guys for a couple more seconds. Let you guys roll over that one. Let you guys roll over that one. All right. So that's what I have for props. That's the only things that I'm touching on this game. I'm not touching anything else on this one. Give me 1 second, folks. Oops. Just got logged out of my live odds. All right, so we're going to take a quick look into some college basketball for today. Not going to spend too much time on it because I do have to get going here soon. Make sure everybody gets on my plays, and then I've got an appointment later on this afternoon. Taking a glance at the comments that I haven't been looking at here in a little bit. KC Nursery, do I think the Bills will play a little relaxed today? I think the Bills have been playing relaxed lately, and that's why they've been doing so well. But I think it's going to be the normal Bills team. McDermott don't want to lose to Belichick. Let's see here. Mike Smith says, Kyle, that Pat's defensive stat just makes a case to stay away from any of the over bet. No. The fact that they haven't given up a passing touchdown in 5 games or in 4 games, I would say yes. But if you look at the actual overall numbers, the numbers point to the over. The numbers on paper, if you were just breaking down a game blindly and that's all you saw was defensive stats as far as the numbers, rush yardage, rush average, that stuff, turnovers, I'd say that on paper points to the over. But in reality, it points towards the under. It points towards the under. Can I break down the Wisconsin game? Sure, we'll break down the Wisconsin game. No problem. No problem. Ross Pitts, good morning, sir. Thank you for joining us. David, you're stuck in your basement with good old COVID. No good, brother. Hope you recover quick, easy, and painless, and you escape harm-free. Dr. Frankel had it really bad. Dr. Frankel was real bad. I talked to him. You know, surprisingly, a lot of people in here have it or have had it. It's crazy. All right. Shifting gears. Shifting a little gears here. Right into college basketball. Chelsea going up against Aston Villa here in 19 minutes. I did get a text asking what I liked in that game. I do like Chelsea, but probably lay off of that one. Money line minus 127, minus a half or minus one on the spread, plus 101. Team total, Chelsea over 1.5, minus $1.40. Aston Villa over 1. As far as the Chelsea game goes, I do lean towards Chelsea on the money line, but I'd have to say it's a small lean on that one. Nothing crazy, that's for sure. Nothing crazy, that's for sure. Portugal soccer, Rio Ave, minus $1.15. Sporting Braga against Boa Vista. Sporting Braga has made us some great money over the year, this last year. Little Portugal soccer. You guys know I love me my Portugal soccer. Maybe a little fun money parlay with Chelsea and Sporting Braga. Sporting Braga goes off at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Little $300 parlay pays $6.58 for fun. Oops, I just bet it. Well, attempted to, but I blocked it. Let me try it again. There we go. Got it to go through. Baptism to the ism says he knows nothing about soccer. All you need to know is there's money to be made, and a lot of it. Rory, Kyle, my Ravens have to be in the Super Bowl. They won't get there, but good hoping. Good hoping, so I wouldn't bet your set of Uggs on the Ravens making it to the Super Bowl. The Ashton team total over 1. I do like that. Yeah, Steve, that's why the line is only minus 127 today, with a few players resting. That is for sure. All right, so take a look at college hoops. Going to jump into some college basketball action for you guys. Not much. We're going to jump into it really quickly. And break down a couple games. I think that the chance of a bad call or a bad review by the VAR, no different, if not worse, than the NFL's replay, in my opinion. VAR is horrible. Well, you click the 2 teams and click the parlay button, but if it's a circled game, they won't allow you to parlay. A circled game. So it may be a circled game. Stony Brook's probably a circled game. It's a 6-digit number. Then you won't be able to parlay it more than likely. Rory, I remember everything from the shows. Got an impeccable memory. All right, so college hoops. College hoops. We're going to take a look at Michigan State and Minnesota. We're going to take a look at Maryland and Wisconsin for you folks. In no particular order, we'll start with Michigan State and Minnesota. On the Big Ten Network at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Gonzaga laying 40 against Northern Arizona today. Woo! All right, Spartans on the road. Michigan State 6-2 on the year. Losers of 2 straight. Losing to Northwestern and Wisconsin. They lost on Sunday the 20th and Christmas Day, losing 85-76 to Wisconsin. Other than that, other than being 0-2 in conference play, starting out Big Ten Conference 0-2, Tom Izzo and the Spartans started out 6-0, beating Eastern Michigan, Notre Dame, Duke, Detroit, Western Michigan, Oakland, and then whoop, boop. You should feel special that I remember. As far as starting out 6-0 and then losing the first 2 conference plays, first of all, Big Ten Conference, no joke. It's a tough conference to play in. They lost to Northwestern 79-65 on the road, then they lost at home to Wisconsin on Christmas Day. Minnesota 8-1, only loss coming to the Fighting Illini, where they whooped their ass by 27. Other than that, they've got wins over Green Bay, Loyola Marymount twice at home on back-to-back. They beat North Dakota, Boston College, UMKC. Then they had their loss to the Fighting Illini. They beat up St. Louis 90-82. They also beat up Iowa in OT 102-95. Reading some of the comments. Mr. Brackens, good morning, sir. Good morning, good morning. When you start comparing both of these teams side by side, first of all, both have quality offense. Michigan comes in ranked 12th in our system based on adjusted efficiencies. Minnesota 23rd. When it comes to the defensive side of things, very similar. Very, 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 very similar numbers. First of all, line on this one. We're going to go over the line and we'll do the breakdown. At one point, we'll find the line on this one. There we go. First of all, Michigan State on the road laying 2. Minus 135 on the money line. Over and under sit at 154.5 is plus 110, which means you can actually get 153.5. You just need to be careful when you're clicking on options because you may get the best number or maybe not be getting the best number unless you click at it. Celtics fans says, it's my first stream. Thanks for joining us. If you're new to our channel, hit that subscribe button. We go live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, breaking down games. LT, good morning. I guess I bounce out of here. Why you got to bounce out of here, LT? What's going on, my brother? I'm not reading the comments. I'm breaking down games, so I'm not always reading the comments, especially when I'm focusing in on the games. Just because I don't say hi to somebody doesn't mean that I don't like them or want them here. I don't see all the comments. Sometimes they go by too fast. My comment window only shows about 6 comments at a time for my screen. First half numbers on Michigan State laying 1.5 plus 100. Total set over and under 73. The race to 20 favors Michigan State minus $1.32. I'll pass on the race to 20. Not a fan of those. When you start taking a look at the numbers, Michigan State hitting 53.9% from the field. Jared Nichols says, if you're new, get the green badge. All you got to do is click the join button down below, or give me 1 second. I'll show you how to do it right in here. Or you click the link in the chat box, the live chat box. Marlo, nobody loves me. I've already said hello to you. Or you click that join button or click that link to join. Get yourself a green badge. If you're not green, you don't have access to the members only exclusive content. And let me tell you, you're going to miss out this week again. All right, so back to Michigan State. Offensive rebounding capabilities, excellent. 32.9% of rebounds are offensive rebounds. They knock down a three ball very well, 36.8% of the time. Those 2-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk, they're converting 53.1%. Quality free throw shooting team as well, hitting 76.2% of all their free throws. Now, Minnesota, on the other hand, the Golden Gophers, Richard Pitino. You know, I've never been a Richard Pitino fan for the Golden Gophers. And the Golden Gophers, I made a lot of money on. Pitino, not necessarily a big fan of. However, they are hitting 49.3% from the field. Quality, middle of the pack for Division I average right there. Their turnover rate is extremely low. They turn over the ball the 12th least in Division I. Offensive rebounding, middle of the pack. They could definitely improve on that one. They hit just 31.9% of all their three-point attempts. They're in the bottom 2/3 of Division I in that stat. They hit just 50.3% of all their 2-point plays, every jump shot, layup, and dunk. They're in the middle of the pack in Division I, ranked 152nd in that one. When it comes to free throws, they hit 74.9%. So again, a quality free throw shooting team. They just lack in other categories, probably because they're one of the faster-paced teams. And we see this a lot of times with fast-paced teams. They may run up and down the court, but they take risky, bad percentage shots, and that's why their shooting percentages are generally a little low, but yet they can knock down, just about anything from the free throw line. Two-foul participation definitely favors Michigan State. Michigan State's only in at 9.7% of the time, compared to the 21.1% for Minnesota. It's not a big percentage for the two-foul participation, but it's definitely a percentage that I pay attention to and use it to my advantage, especially when it's over 20%. Height advantage, roughly the same. Experience level, roughly the same. Bench minutes, both go to the bench for over 30% of the total minutes played by bench personnel. Point distribution is fairly similar. However, Minnesota is a huge relier on the free throw. They rely for almost 28% of their total points to come from the charity stripe. So if they're not on the charity stripe, if Michigan State plays a clean game, they're going to have to find other avenues to score and put points up on the board, put notches up on that scoreboard. And let's be honest, it's probably not going to be from the three ball where they're hitting only 31%. As far as this one goes, the fact that Michigan State has lost 2 in a row, 1 home, 1 away, they do have some big games, or they do have one other big game on the road, and that was against Duke, who they beat 75-69. So they've shown that they can win at least 1 away from home. And, they've only had 2 road games. And they've split them out. Playing away from the Bristol Center, they're 50% this year, with a big win over Duke and a Christmas loss over Wisconsin. Christmas loss, kids may not have been in it. It's Christmas. Some may be the first Christmas away from home, second Christmas away from home, playing on Christmas Day, yada, 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 yada. DA Sports, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. As far as that goes, I don't hold much weight in that one from the Christmas Day loss. However, their 14-point beatdown by Northwestern, I do hold a little weight to. That's for sure. Now, Minnesota, they're 1-1 in conference play. They lost to the Fighting Illini as well as beating Iowa, but it took OT to beat Iowa. Now, even Michigan State is projected on January 23rd to lose to the Fighting Illini by 3 points in what will be their only meeting of the year in conference play. JJ Whitley says, a parlay Drake, Hawks, Bills first half team total. Sounds like a good parlay. Keith says, the apple doesn't fall far from the trees, doesn't apply to the Patinos, right? I agree. I agree on that one. But as far as this one goes, I'd like to say Minnesota. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I think Michigan State has a major coaching advantage. Regardless if they're on the road, they showed that they could play adversity, beat Duke on the road early in the season. Conference play is a little tougher. I know Minnesota got the win the last time they played. Well, not the last time they played, but that was a different team. Michigan State smoked them the last time they played. And it wasn't just a little victory. It was by 20-something points. I think Michigan State's the play here. I do have a lean on Michigan State. I don't have an official play on it as of yet. If I was going to play it, the difference between laying 2 and having to win by 3 and the juice being $1.10 or just taking the money line minus 135, to me, if I was going to be taking Michigan State, it would be on the money line, no questions asked, minus $1.35 for the fact that having to win by 1 and lay 135 or having to win by 3 minus $1.10, 25 cents more, I could take a 1-point victory and what I expect to be a close conference play game. Now, our system as a whole has Michigan State winning, but not by much, let me tell you. Not by much. So, I expect it to be a close game, and that's what I feel and what our system says. Now, as far as the total goes, I think the total's low at 153.5. Both of these teams are up and down the court, 15 in the 15-second bracket as far as time of possession. So I do lean towards seeing some points in this game. I think over 153.5 is a buy right there. So I do lean towards the over 153.5. Shane says he likes Minnesota. Very well, good luck. Edward says, my thoughts precisely, but I'd wait and let all the Minnesota money push it down even further. Taking a look at the money aspect of it, I'll pop up that, see if there's anything. It's still early for that, so the numbers may not have been updated or changed from last night, but let's take a quick look on that, see where the percentages are right now to see if they're even going in that favor. As of right now, 55% of all the money rolling in on Michigan State, 83% on the under. So as far as the under goes, that line should be dropping. Justice, what does the system say on the over and under? Towards the over. 153.5 is low, in my opinion. But I'd wait with 83% on the under. Hell, that line may drop down to 182.5, may drop to 182. Wait and see on that one. I will tell you this, 92% of all moneyline backers rolling on Minnesota. Now, while there may be more money on the spread on Michigan State, moneyline backers are all taking Minnesota to the tune of 92%. So that's what I have on that one. We're going to take a look at the next one. We're going to take a look at the Wisconsin game next. That is coming up right now. Maryland, Wisconsin up next. Wisconsin laying the 9, Maryland plus 9, over and under set at 133. For this contest, another 7 p.m. Eastern time game. 8-1 versus 5-3. While I pop this one up, this should definitely be a good marquee matchup here. Be televised for you guys on Fox Sports 1, assuming if you have it, you'll be able to watch it. The Terrapins, guys, Maryland, Mark Turgeon, and the Terrapins, 5-3 on the year. They've lost 3 out of their last 4 games. They opened up the year with 4 straight wins, beating Old Dominion by, 18 points. They beat Navy by 30. They beat Mount St. Mary's by 18. They beat St. Peter's by 33. Then they ran into Clemson. They ended up losing by 16. They lost by 14 to Rutgers. They did beat LaSalle by 13 in a bounce back, and then they just lost by 3 in a tough conference game to Purdue on the road. They're 0-2 in conference play and split out at home 1-1 on the home and away for conference play. As far as conference or road games go, they haven't won a road game yet. Maryland has not won a road game yet. They're 0-2 on the road. And the first one was against Clemson in their 16-point beatdown. And the second one was their last game on Christmas Day, which Christmas Day games I don't hold a lot of weight to, especially close ones. Now, Wisconsin, they're 8-1 on the year, beating Eastern Illinois, Arkansas, Pine Bluff, Green Bay, Rhode Island, Loyola, Chicago, Louisville by almost 30 points, Nebraska and Michigan State by 9. So they have some quality wins. They've even notched a big win over Michigan State on the road, Christmas Day, obviously. Other than that, at home, they are undefeated at home, guys. They have played a total of 7 games at home. They are 7-0. Now, their only loss came back on December 4th. It was a 2-point road loss to Marquette in a very close and tough road game. Taking a look at the numbers again, you've got Wisconsin laying 9, total over and under 133. When you take a look at Maryland, first of all, and take a look at the offense versus defense, Maryland's offense is highly regarded and highly ranked. In our system, we have them as the 15th best 15th best offense based on adjusted efficiencies in all categories. Now, Wisconsin, no slouch either. They're a top 10 team in our system, and most systems are a top 10 team. We have them coming in ranked 8th as far as adjusted efficiencies go. We're going to start with Maryland. They hit 55% from the field. Crazy, solid number right there. When it comes to the turnover percentage, they're on the low side at 15.6%. However, Wisconsin blows them away as far as that goes, creating the third least, and I say least amount of turnovers in Division I at 12.3%. Now, their offensive rebounding capabilities, both teams are definitely lacking when it comes to the offensive glass. Maryland, 28.5%, 24% for Wisconsin. Both teams lack in that category. Now, Maryland, they're a mediocre, average at best, three-point shooting team, 35.1% knockdown rate, puts them right around the top one-third of the Division I, at the bottom of the top one-third. So you break it into, basically 120s, and they come in at 17th, so 117th. So they're in the very bottom of the top one-half, or top one-third, when it comes to three-point shooting. Now, a two-point play, every jump shot, layup, and dunk, they don't waste too many opportunities, Maryland. They convert 56.5% of all their two-point plays. They are very efficient when it comes to that. But where they're not efficient from is the damn charity stripe, where they're hitting just under 69% at 68.7%. If you have a team that converts 56.5% of all their two-point plays and they're a sub 70% free throw shooting team, I don't like it. All right, I don't like that part. Now, Wisconsin, on the other hand, and their top flying offense, they're converting 54.5% from the field. Sabino, what's going on? They're turning the ball over at a rate of only 12.3%, third lowest in Division I. Like I said, their offensive rebounding sucks. All right, their offensive rebounding sucks. 3 points, the three-point plays, the 8th best three-point shooting team in Division I at just under 42%, 41.8% to be specific. Converting all those two-point plays, 49.4%. Free throw shooting, 77% from the charity stripe. Number 32 free throw shooting team in Division I. Two-foul participation, both really don't participate, so that's null and void, just 1% for Wisconsin, 6.8% for Mark Turgeon and the Terrapins. So really no advantage one way or another there. Height advantage, no advantage one way or another. Both go to the bench for over 30% of their total minutes. Both rely on the three ball for in the 30 percentile bracket, 30% for Maryland, 35% for Wisconsin. But let's focus in on the defenses, because this is where this game is going to be won. All right, this is where this game is going to be won. Wisconsin's lockdown defense. In our system, they are the 4th best defense in all of Division I based on adjusted efficiencies. They're holding teams to 42.9% shooting overall from the field. All right, limiting teams' offensive rebounding capabilities to just 22%. Turnover rate, they're turning it over high or creating turnovers at a high rate of 19.1%. Now, they're holding teams to 34.2% shooting from out deep. They can definitely improve that number. However, where their number is key is going to be matching up against Maryland, and where Maryland is excelling at all their two-point plays, hitting 56.5%. Wisconsin is excelling at defending those two-point plays, holding teams to just 39% shooting. This is the 8th best two-ball defending team in Division I with that stat. All right. Now, Maryland's defense, I don't want to call them a slouch by any means. They're in the bottom 1/3, in the bottom top 1/3, coming in at 90th when it comes to defenses based on adjusted efficiencies, holding teams overall to 49.3% shooting, 36, right on my shirt, allowing 36.3% shooting from out deep. They do hold teams to just 45.6% shooting from two-point range. No real defensive advantage for Maryland. Where this game is going to be won, obviously, both of these teams are not the fastest-paced teams. 17-second average, which is, in the bottom two-thirds of Division I for as far as pace of play average goes. But as far as this game, where I think this game is going to be won is with Wisconsin and their defense. They have a top-ranked defense. They have a top-rated offense. It's a great combination, and it's going to definitely, in my opinion, pose problems for Maryland in today's game. Now, the last time they played, it was a 2-point victory back in January of earlier this year, so last season. I don't hold much weight in that one. Big difference between then and now. Maryland 0-2 in conference play. They haven't won on the road. They're going to be traveling on the road into Madison, Wisconsin. The Kohl Center is not an easy place to play with a lot of fans anyways. It is one of the bigger ones, the 17th largest, holds 17,287 fans. We're definitely not going to have to worry about 17,000 plus fans today. It does have a home court advantage of 3.6. How much weight those home court advantages are holding, even though they're not packed with fans, I definitely give an advantage for home court advantage, but not the full Monty when it comes to the home court advantage. As far as this one goes, not only do I have a strong opinion on it, but I have a free play for you guys on this one. Wisconsin laying the 9, in my opinion, is the clear bet. It's what I'm betting. Wisconsin lay the 9, free play. We'll get that up on the board for you guys. I would lock it in now rather than later. I would not be surprised to see this one go actually higher than this. As far as the money aspect of the game, as of right now, just 57% are rolling with Wisconsin, 43% on Maryland. However, I expect that percentage to go up. And when the percentage goes up, so is the spread on this one. Edward says, Wisconsin a great team and Maryland has great potential, better games for me. There's definitely some great games out there. Nathan says, mine's on a teaser. Kyle at Wisconsin laying 4.5 points. It might be nice. Maybe that's what you tease with the Bills. Jeff D says, thumbs up. I appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to get that one up on the board. Oh, there we go. Autocorrect. -9 right now is minus $1.10, and I'm sure that number will be rising higher later in the day. So this is what I have as far as the show goes for today, folks, as far as free plays and that nature. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button right down below. If you're not a YouTube exclusive member and your name's not showing up in green, hit that join button. Come join us for exclusive content. We're going to have more members-only videos later in this week, as well as members-only live show. The next members-only live show will more than likely be Wednesday, so don't miss out on any of that stuff. As far as our paid plays go on our website and all of that stuff, plays will be out here shortly for today. Remember, as far as I was told, this is the last week for the combo package. All right, the combo package sale is coming off the board this week. So if you've been on the fence about it, now's the time to get it. It's a smoking deal. You get a week of premium plays. You get a week of my personal plays. You get guaranteed Saturday on Saturday, which we won this last Saturday. You get our Sunday NFL play, which we just won as well. And you'll also get the next UFC Max Fight Pick, which I believe is on the 13th of January as well. Could be mistaken. It might be sooner than that. But if you're not on the combo package and you wanted to get on it or you wanted to renew it, that package is coming to an end. All right? You can buy it as many times as you want. So if you want a month, buy it 4 times. If you want 2 weeks, buy it twice. If you're already on it and you want to renew early, you can. You won't lose any time. You don't lose any time by renewing early. So take advantage of the sales when we have them. That way you guys don't miss out. Would I still take it at 9.5? Or tease it down? I'm not a fan of basketball teasers. I'm just not. But I can see this one possibly be throwing it on a teaser with the Bills. Could be a good opportunity. But as far as this one goes, 9.5, you're probably fine as long as it's not higher than that. If I'm betting it at 9, I need 10 to win, 9 to push. I'm not in it to push. I'm in it to win it. And I wouldn't put out a bet thinking that the probability of me pushing is great. So if I'm going to win at 9, I think you're going to win at 9.5. So yeah, you should be fine. Alex says, Bam is my neighbor. Alex, very nice. Thanks for spreading the love of the show, Edward. I appreciate that. All right, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button right down below. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. That way you do not miss a beat on anything that we do. Give us a big thumbs up in the video as well. Mr. Cashington says, I like Maryland plus 10. Well, they're plus 9 minus 105, so in order to get plus 10, you'd have to lay 125. But hey, people could fade me. I'm not correct all the time. People can fade me all they want. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. No big deal at all. Edward says, basketball teasing is one of the worst I hear a lot. Is that true, Kyle? I'm not a fan of teasers in basketball. Not a fan at all. Not a fan at all. Not a fan at all of basketball teasers. Now, do I bet them? I have at times, but I'm not a monster fan of them by any means. All right, folks, I am out of here. Enjoy. Quincy, if you want to know more about the Bills game, refresh. We spent a long time on the Bills game. If you want to know more about us, just head to our website, cappersdirect.com, where you can go pick out a package and start working with me one-on-one directly. All right, guys, I am out. Enjoy your day. Edward says, yep, fade Kyle end up on a t-shirt. I love it. I love it. All right, guys, enjoy your Monday. Always bet responsibly. Please, guys, wager responsibly. Always bet within your means. And don't do anything stupid. All right, guys, we'll see everybody tomorrow. 10 a.m. Eastern time, 7 Pacific. I'll be on time tomorrow. I was late today. Thanks, guys. Good luck, everybody.